With CitrusTV Sports, I'm Eli Lesser, and I'm joined by former Syracuse defender and current Las Vegas Lights defender in the USL, Jordan Murrell. Jordan, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you, Eli?
I'm excellent. Getting these interviews done, having a lot of fun with it. How are you staying in shape while being quarantined?
It's I'm enjoying it. Making the best of it as much as I can. The mornings I wake up, I go to the park with my girlfriend Catherine, and we train. We bring the weights out there. We run. We do a lot of work in the mornings, and then focusing on the rest of the day. We're trying to keep our schedule at like it would be in the regular season. So wake up, get to training, get back, relax, maybe do another lift in the evening time, and then get to it.
It's a little interesting because this is your first season with a new club. You've only made one appearance, and then all of this happened.
Right.
Uh, is this a little weird for you? How have you adjusted to that?
It's definitely different. I've never seen a pandemic. Right? Like there's no time that I've been alive where I've known people to be said to stay home. Um, Even with the social distancing, it's a very serious and very strange time in our lives, and we just have to deal with it and adapt with it.
Yeah, very, very, very good points. So let's go all the way back in time. You're from London, England. How did you
Yeah.
get to Syracuse?
Long story, but long story short, born and raised in England. I moved to Toronto with my family when I was about 12 years old and just played soccer there continuously. And then I played at TFC Academy for 4 or 5 years at least, and then got seen by Ian McIntyre, Yuka Peckham Masalan, and Mike Miller, and they wanted to bring me in at Syracuse.
So
So yeah,
what
that was
what
the
led to that decision to leave the academy and go the college route?
funny story. At the time, I was being stubborn. I didn't want to go. Even Mac would tell you to this day, I was being super stubborn about going to school in general. I just wanted to pursue soccer, and that was it. Um, but after the visit to Syracuse, speaking with my mom and my extended family, who've all played soccer in professional various leagues, they said that going to school would be the best decision, and I agree with them. I'm the biggest advocate for athletes going to school first now.
So what did you major at Syracuse?
I was an economic major, so I graduated with an economics degree.
Awesome. So how have you maybe used what you've learned at Syracuse into your life now while being a professional soccer player, but also
Great question.
whatever?
Great question. At Syracuse, I think the team we had, the surrounders that we had, whether it's the academic advisor, athletic advisor, even just the strength and the conditioning coaches, they all shaped me to be the man I am today. They all helped me grow and learn new things along the way. There were so many things that I didn't know going into school that I knew coming out of school. So whether it was cleaning up after yourself in the weight room, I remember that was a huge thing. And now to this day, it doesn't matter where I'm leaving. I want to make sure that things are as clean as I found them or cleaner. Even just in the brothers, like Mac talks about us being a family, and I had a group FaceTime with the guys that I graduated with just the other day. We had because everybody has the free time now, so we end up connecting again and just reaching out and see how everybody's doing. So this is allowing us to reach out and find those connections we made along the way, and those guys will be my best friends forever.
So describe the bond that you created with the players on the pitch. What were some of your favorite moments with certain guys? And what were some moments that really brought you guys together as a team?
Wow, I don't know where to start. Um, One big one that always sticks with me is that I don't remember what happened. I think it was my freshman year where there was maybe 14, 15 freshmen, and we're all new to this. We don't know what we're doing. And something happened, and the coaches weren't happy, so we all had a workout early in the morning. and we lived in the dorms at the time. We lived at Ernie Davis, and the buses didn't run at that time. So it was either people had to walk over, catch a ride, or even some people wanted to like spend the night in the locker room, bring a little blanket, and have a little sleepover, play PlayStation at nighttime, wake up for the workout. So even just little team building things like that. Maybe it wasn't the best light, but it was just to bring us closer. We were always family from when we stepped in to when we all left. It was always about how could I put my brother before me.
By the way, for those who don't know, the walk from Ernie to where the Syracuse soccer players have to practice, that's like a good 2 miles maybe. That's already a workout in itself.
Yep, there have been a couple times where we had to do those.
Yeah, so what was your favorite thing about being not just a Syracuse student athlete, but just a Syracuse student in general, being on campus as a Syracuse or as a member of the Syracuse family?
Oh man, that place, just the spirit, the livelihood, the passion for the school was incredible. To this day, I will always brag about being an Orange, Syracuse Orangeman, and people who I've connected with who I didn't necessarily know at the time, who know about Syracuse or have been to Syracuse, we encounter each other like family, because it's this network that we've created along the way. And just remembering the times where you would see thousands of people all at once and everybody would say hi or what's up, how's it going, and just great times. And that's why I'm a big advocate for athletes that are just starting out, whether they're trying to decide to go professional or not. I'll always be an advocate to go to school. And if they have the choice to go to Syracuse, you better make the right choice.
So moving on to some of your professional career moments, you've been with the Real Monarchs, you've been with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, you've even played in Canada, and I want to ask about the CPL, the Canadian Premier League. Just how do you think the league has developed so far, and do you think that it can maybe catch some mainstream success in Canada?
Yeah, my experience in Canada was definitely a great experience. I enjoyed it, and I know for a fact, and the league will definitely catch some wind if you see the way that the league is doing production just from the start. It's you can tell it's going to be a major league, whether it's in Canada and throughout North America, throughout the world. People will start looking at the Canadian Premier League as a top league. As you can see, the past year, there were a bunch of guys who made the jump to MLS, went to Europe, went to other leagues, and it's just a great testament to what the league in Canada is all about.
Awesome. So now I want to talk about the current club you're at, because a lot of people might not know about the Las Vegas Lights in the USL, but from what I've seen, and I've actually visited Cashman Field, what they do in Las Vegas in the USL is absolutely unique to not just soccer, but to all of sports. Could you tell me or tell the viewers a bit about what goes on with the Las Vegas Lights, some of the unique things they do?
Well, Las Vegas is a place where you want to be, whether it's sports, entertainment. There's everything and anything you want here. And at Cashman Field, there's always a great atmosphere, because not only do you have a professional soccer team that's playing, winning games, you have fan interactive events. So I know last year our owner put on the largest water balloon fight ever. They dropped $10,000 from a helicopter at halftime. This year coming up, we have another cash drop from a helicopter. They have llamas that come on the field. We have 17 different home jerseys this year. So for each home, there's going to be a different jersey. Some of the fans get to potentially create jerseys, and they just always want a great interactive scene, whether it's from players, fans, to the sponsors. They want everybody to come together and just be enjoying their time at Cashman Field, make it a memorable one.
Yeah, and also I hear a bit about sports betting. How has that taken place at the matches itself?
I have no clue, honestly. Haven't played a home game at
Oh,
Cashman
that's
Field
true.
yet. Played there, so our first game was at San Diego. Got a good result there, 1-1. Could have got three, but we'll take a point on the road, and we're looking to get back to Cashman Field once the COVID-19 is all finished.
Yeah. So heading for or going forward, once this quarantine ends, hopefully it ends very soon, so you guys can resume play. What's the next step for you? Do you plan to continue in the USL? Do you want to maybe make that jump to MLS, or what is the goal for you right now?
So my goal is to have a great year here in Las Vegas. My girlfriend Catherine, she's born and raised here in Las Vegas, and so making the move down here was great for us as a family. And so I want to give my best down here in Las Vegas to get the fans out their seats, have them enjoy watching me play, enjoy my football, and play in front of home crowd with family in the stands. Because her and her whole family will be at the games and enjoying. Obviously, I'd like to. My goal is to always push and be better to make the jump to MLS, and then also I'm starting to look into other ventures in my life. Soccer. I'm realizing is not going to be forever. Unfortunate, but there are going to be some other avenues, business ventures, and that I'm starting to consider now and focus in on.
Well, you do have that degree from Syracuse in economics, so that's got to work in your favor for sure.
Right.
My last question to you is, how do you plan to stay involved with the Syracuse soccer program? Do you plan to visit? Do you plan to maybe mentor some of the current players? What is it?
That's a great question. I'm definitely looking to visit. I know, as I've been saying, a bunch of the guys want to come out and be back for Alumni Day, Alumni Weekend, and I know we've spoken about that many times. I would love to come back and even just help mentor the kids going through it right now. I know I can provide value to them through mentorship, whether they just need to ask questions. I mean, just not long ago, I had an athlete now who's playing professional in MLS and for the national team and all that. We were speaking a few years ago, and he was asking me what to do, when to do it, along the way, and flourishing now. So anybody that I can help through my experience and mentor, whether it's ask a few questions and even just have a laugh, catch up, and just make a new connection, I'm always willing to help out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Jordan. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so with Citrus TV Sports, I'm Eli Lesser, and this was Jordan Murrell, former Syracuse soccer defender and current USL pro.